Let us now have another classification of general trinomial in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So here, a, the numerical coefficient of x squared, is not equal to 1. Let's have the first example. We have 6x squared minus 5x minus 6. So in solving this kind of problem, we will use the AC method. So from the word of the technique itself, A and C, we will multiply the numerical coefficient A and the numerical coefficient C. So here, this is A, and this is B, and this is C, or the constant. So we have A times C, that is 6 times 6, that is 36. Then, you list all the factors of 36. So we have 6 times 6, 9 times 4, 18 times 2, 36 times 1. So our given is 6x squared minus 5x minus 6. And then since our last term is minus, we will subtract the factors. So 6 minus 6 is 0. 9 minus 4 is 5. 18 minus 2 is 16. 36 minus 1 is 35. So which among the pair of factors will give you the middle term? Our middle term is 5. So which pair? So we will use 9 and 4. So let's write our given. And then we will use the factors 9 and 4. So since our third term is negative, we will have different sign of the factors. Remember, we will just represent the middle term using these factors. So we have 9 and 4. Since our third term is negative, we will have different sign factors, and then the higher factor will get or will follow the middle term, the sign of the middle term. So our middle term is minus. So 9 is higher than 4. So 9 will use negative, and then 4 will use positive. And then just copy the variable of the middle term. And then you copy the first and the last term. So that's it. So we'll just represent negative 5x by negative 9x plus 4x. If we solve this one, we will also get negative 5x. We will group the first and the second term, and then the third and the fourth term. So what number can divide 6 and 9? So 6 and 9 can be divided by 3. And then x squared and x. So our common factor here is x, because x has lower exponent than x squared. And then we will divide this one by the CMF. So we have 6 divided by 3, that is 2. X squared divided by x, that is x. Subtract the exponent. Copy the sign. And then 9 divided by 3, that is 3. And then let's cancel x divided by x because it will become 1. Next, what is the CMF of 4x and 6? The CMF is 2. We cannot use x because 6 doesn't have x. So we will divide by 2. 4 divided by 2, that is 2. copy x and then copy the sign. 6 divided by 2, that is 3. So as you can see, we have the same term inside the parentheses. So you will just copy the terms inside the parentheses because they are just the same. You will just write it once and then you will combine the term outside the parentheses and then this is the final answer for this example. Actually, you can use trial and error method, but it is a little bit difficult if you are not familiar with this kind of factoring. So I'll suggest you use AC method first. It is long, but for sure you will arrive with the correct answer. Now have the second example. Factor 3x squared plus 17x plus 10. So first, identify your A, B, and C. And then we will have AC. Our A is 3. Remember, don't include the variable. And then times 10, that is C. 3 times 10, that is 30. And then, list down all the factors of 30. So we have 10 times 3, 15 times 2, 30 times 1. Since our third term is positive, we will add the factors. So this is 13, this is 17, and this is 31. Which pair will give you the middle term or the B? So the pair that will give us 17 is 15 and 2. So we will use 15 and 2. Next, let us write our given. And then we will use 15 and 2. So we will represent 17x using 15 and 2. And then, since our third term is positive, we will use same sign. We will use the sign of the middle term, that is plus. And then we will copy the variable of the middle term. Next, copy the first and the last terms. So if we add 15x plus 2x, it will still give us 17x. Next, we will group the first and the second term, the third and the fourth term. So what number can divide 3 and 15? So that number is 3, and then x squared or x, which has the lower exponent. So that is x. And then divide both by 3x. 3 divided by 3, that is 1. And then x squared divided by x, that is x. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then x divided by x, that will become 1. And then copy the sign. And then what number can divide 2x and 10? So they can be divided by 2. So divide by 2. 2x divided by 2, cancelled 2. And then the remaining is x. And then 10 divided by 2, that is 5. Copy the sign. Since we already have the same number inside the parentheses, we will just copy it once. And then we will write the number beside the parentheses together. So this is the final answer for this example. Example number 3. Factor 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. Let's have the A, B, and C. A, B, C. And then we will multiply A and C. It will give us 2 times 3. So 2 times 3, that is 6. List down all the factors of 6. We have 2 times 3, 6 times 1. Since our third term is negative, we will subtract the factors. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. So the second pair will give us the middle term 5. Next, let us write our given. And then we will use 6 and 1. We will write 5x using 6 and 1. Since our third term is negative, your factors should have opposite sign. And then the sign of the higher factor will follow the sign of the middle term. So 6 will use plus, and then 1 will use minus. And then let us copy the variable x. In here, we can erase 1 beside x because it is already understood that there is 1 here. Next, let us copy the first and the last term. So, we will regroup the first and the second, and then the third and the fourth. Don't forget to include the negative sign of x because we will write plus in the middle. Next, what number can divide 2 and 6? So that is 2. And then, which has the lower exponent, x squared or x? So that is x. Then we will divide this one by 2x. 2 divided by 2, that is 1. X squared divided by x, that is x. And then 6 divided by 2, that is 3. X divided by x, that will become 1. Copy the sign. Next, since here we have negative x and negative 3, negative is a common factor. Okay? So we will write negative. So, is there a number or a variable that is common to x and 3? None, meaning their common factor is only 1. So we will divide this by negative 1. Negative x divided by negative 1, that will become positive x. Negative 3 divided by negative 1, that is positive 3. So here, we already arrived with the same number inside the parenthesis, which is x plus 3. So you just copy it. And then let us write the numbers beside the parenthesis together. So this is the final answer. Let us have the last example. So we have 3x squared minus 17x plus 10. Actually, this example is just the same with example number 2. So the only difference is here, the middle term is minus. So we will still solve this one. So we will identify A, B, and C. And then we will multiply A and C. That is 3 times 10. It will become 30. List down all the factors of 30. 10 and 3. 15 and 2. 30 and 1. And then, since our last term is positive, we will add the factors. It's 13, 17, and then 31. So, 15 and 2 will give us the middle term. Next, write our example. And then we will use 15 and 2. And then we will write 17x using 15 and 2. And then since our third term is positive, we will use the same sign, the sign of the middle term, which is plus. And then copy the variable of the middle term. Next, copy the first term and the last term. And then we will group the first and the second, third, and the fourth. Actually, you can regroup them with a different pair, but we will just stick with the first and second and then third and fourth so that you will not be confused. What number can divide 3 and 15? So that is 3. What will we use? X squared or x? That is x because it has lower exponent. And then divide it. 3 divided by 3, that will become 1. Cancel x squared divided by x, that is x. Plus, copy the sign. And then 15 divided by 3 is 5. X divided by x, that will become 1. And then what number can divide 2x and 10? That is 2. So plus 2. 2 divided by 2, it will be cancelled. It will become 1 times x, and then 10 divided by 2, that is 5. And then copy the terms inside the parentheses once. And then write the numbers outside the parentheses together. And then this is the answer for this example.